Good day, everybody. How to write the best resume ever. What are some secrets on writing a great resume? Well, first and foremost, you have to make sure that the resume reflects the job that you're applying for. So if you're applying for a management job or a service sector job or a medical job, you have to make sure that the resume is perfectly in tune with the job announcement and the job description. Even the same words and phrases, you need to make sure that that's included in your resume and cover letter. Always remember it has to be truthful, so if you can't include that information and write that information in a way that's truthful, then you shouldn't include it. But the very first thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that your resume and cover letter read as if that job was written for you. Secondly, you need to make sure the most important information for the job you're applying for is at the top. There's usually a couple sections in a resume. You have your education, you have your experience, and then you have what I call the ancillary information, which is books written or civic organizations that you're a member of. And so you have to figure out, are they more interested in education, experience, or that you're a community member? And that usually goes at top. So if it's in academia, then you're going to put your education first. If it's an experience-laden position and they're not as interested in the type of education you have, then that's going to go first. That's second. Third is the information has to be presented in a way that people can understand it. You don't have long paragraphs. Anything from 2 to 3 sentences is plenty. And you don't have a lot of bullets. You usually only have between 2 and 4 bullets each section, and the bullets are listed in order of importance. It's important because they're usually going to read the first bullet, and if they're interested, they'll go ahead and read the second and maybe the third. But if they're not interested, they'll stop after the first bullet. So those are 3 primary areas that we look at in relation to the resume. One final aspect is it's got to have that it or wow factor. There's something in your resume that's going to have to stick out. I usually put that at the very top. It could be your career objective. We see that some resumes include a skills section, which is the skills that you have. I don't find that that's beneficial because most people are going to say that they're a great team player or they have solid communications. But that aspect that is going to give you the competitive advantage over anybody else who applies, that's what has to go at top. So if they're looking for somebody with great experience in, for instance, sales, and then at the top, you have to put how that sales experience that you have is perfectly in tune with what they're looking for. And in that regard, remember that we just don't list duties anymore. We list accomplishments. We don't care as much that you held a position. We care what you did when you were in that position. Those are some hints on how to get you a great interview from a great resume. Thanks and good luck.